All right, Shalom. Welcome to GMS Gals on the Streets. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash, whom I worship. Double honor to the elder apostles, the great millstone who taught me his word in sincerity and in truth, and who rule well. I'm Elder Soccer Run of the GMS New York camp, and this just in, pretty much hot off the presses. This is what's going on right now in the world news, on the world stage. Putin signs law on countermeasures against U.S. and its allies. All right, so this is good. This is dealing with pretty much prophecy. Anything that has to do with Russia coming against the U.S. and its allies is always good because Russia is Magog according to the scriptures. Okay, and the United States represents the eagle, also represents the great harlot that sits upon the scarlet colored beast, represents the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. Well, America is one of the heads. The 10 horns represent the EU. All right, the 10 main member nations of the European Union. So Putin is signing some countermeasure laws against the U.S. and its allies. I'm gonna read this. You can refer to the prophecy of the Russians. They're known as Magog in the scriptures. You could go to Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, the 39th chapter, Revelation, the 20th chapter. All right, to explain to you what's going to happen in the near future, dealing with the Russians and the U.S. and also the state of Israel, where the Edomites are in our land right now. Okay, and Israel is one of the allies of the U.S. So these countermeasures go against them too, the so-called Jews. And last month the U.S. had set up camp, so to speak, in Jerusalem, proclaiming Jerusalem to be the capital of the land of Israel, and that's also prophecy. So I'm gonna read this. And you brothers can comment or land back off this and make videos concerning this as well. But so this is called this is from RT News, and the title of it is Putin signs law on countermeasures against U.S. and its allies. Russian President Vladimir Putin has signed a law stipulating implementation of counter sanctions against the U.S. and its allies. The legislation is to be applied to any state or person for the hostile actions against Russia. It allows Russian authorities to cut international cooperation with foreign states and to impose import and export restrictions. Among other countermeasures, trade embargoes will not extended to certain goods, however, that are imported by Russian citizens for personal use. Contrary to public fears, the counter sanctions do not apply to imported essential items for which no replacements are produced in Russia or other countries. The bill aimed at defending economic interests and security was drafted by State Duma Speaker Vyacheslav Volodin and the heads of all 4 parliamentary caucuses in mid-April. It was approved by Russian lawmakers by the end of May. The move came in retaliation to Washington's economic penalties against Moscow. In early April, the U.S. Treasury included 24 Russians, including high-profile politicians and 14 corporations, on a sanctions list relating to alleged malign activity around the globe. The move has been repeatedly condemned by Russian authorities, with Moscow immediately promising to retaliate. All right, so that's hot off the press. I'm just doing the job as a watchman, and this is good. This is prophecy. So with that, this is Elder Sakaran signing off. Shalom.